Hi folks, I hope you're having a wonderful time with your families and loved ones on this Christmas weekend. As you know, things aren't going very well for some Filipinos right now, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to help. Well, there's a city here on my home island of Negros that was virtually obliterated by the typhoon, and the people are in danger of running out of food and water. I'm hearing reports of how desperate the situation is, and I feel like I can't just sit here and enjoy the weekend if I can be doing something to help. The city of Bais, which is north of me, got blasted by the typhoon and could really use some assistance. But a small community just east of there, on Dewey Island, was also devastated. It's more remote than Bais, and I've been told that supplies aren't reaching them. So I'm planning a relief expedition with as many bags of rice, containers of water, and cans of food as I can transport. I'm pretty sure I can make it as far as Bais since some relief has already made it there. But there's only one small road to Dewey Island, and it might be impassable by truck in some places. I really don't know. Communications are out, and I can't be sure until I try it. I'm gonna take Lucy and my brother, and if I can hire someone as security, I'll do that too. Now the first thing I have to do is buy a bunch of rice, enough to feed 100 families. After negotiating the best price, it's time to go to the grocery store to get the rest of the supplies. So after about an hour, we're finally queuing up. Lucy was standing here to save a spot, and there's no water available, so what we're going to do is we're gonna buy some empty bottles. There's a sea of people.
I almost 1 hour.
So Chan and I and Lucy, this is how we spend our Christmas day. I've been repacking canned goods, noodles, coffee, and milk over here. And we also have 100 jugs of water outside. And also I have 100 5-kilo bags of rice, which is over half a ton of rice. That's a lot of rice to be delivered tomorrow. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to put a smile on their faces tomorrow. We packed the vehicle so tightly with rice, water, and other supplies that we barely had a place to sit. But I was so worried that we were overweight. Alright guys, just an update. We've been traveling for about an hour now, and we're currently at Tanjay City and approaching Bais now. And we still don't know the current situation of the road, but wish us luck. I hope the road or the bridge going to Dewey Island will be passable. So we'll see. As we got closer, the destruction became obvious. Entire families stood in front of their wrecked homes, begging for assistance from passing vehicles. The homes here were totally trashed, and how people were still living in them was anyone's guess. And signs saying ayuda or help were everywhere. In yards, on trash cans, and on signposts. It's hard to imagine how these people will be able to pick up their lives and continue anytime soon. So folks, this is the current situation. There's this truck with water and food. Now it's being swarmed by the residents. They were just like a pack of piranhas. So that was my biggest concern when I'm planning to, give out the aid. All right, guys, so now we're gonna go inside the police station and we'll ask if the bridge going to Dewey Island is passable. All right, guys, so we spoke with the police officers and they told us to go to a different office, at ICS office, to coordinate with them and let them know how much food relief that we have so that they can help us distribute the aid. Buntag pa. Hello.
Pwede mag-vlog ba niya? Pwede.
All right, so we spoke with the ICS authorities, and we're trying to still cross the bridge, but if we can't cross the bridge to Dewey Island, we will divert to the nearby town. I'll check with the map. And currently we're passing through a charging station. This is where the people charge their phones. And I think this is for free. It is provided by the government or this local government office. So, well, this is the situation. That's how they charge their phones. But when we got to the edge of town, we were told that the concrete bridge to the island was destroyed by the storm, and only a temporary wooden footbridge was being used. I wondered how the people on the other side were getting supplies, but there was nothing we could do to help, so it was time for Plan B. We heard about a fishing village farther to the north that had been virtually wiped off the map by the typhoon. But before we set out, I wanted to see the condition of bays for myself. Good morning, Nanay. What's your name, Nanay?
Jilita Kadugdog.
Jilita Kadugdog.
Jilita Kadugdog.
So, Nanay, what was your experience during the typhoon?
Bad experience, ma'am. Kaya nga no, we were about to be drowned there in that part because the water was already here.
So, the water was
in
so
the kitchen, the water was only up to here. In the dining, it was already here. In the sala, it was here. And my daughter told me, "Ma, you get out of the house because it's already the water is already high." Oh, yeah. We were about to be drowned.
Okay, so...
Dariot me, kaming upat. We were four.
Okay, so during the typhoon, Nanay, you were trying to get out.
Yeah.
You're trying to escape, and then you were walking, and then the water was so high, and you almost drowned.
Its current was very strong. Dito paingon mi dito ana gahinay jud ko pamalaybay anang mga pangapot anang mga alad.
Did you save anything? About
Nothing because our house you can if the roof was not blown away by the wind, we should have gone upstairs. But because there is no matter will you go upstairs, it's already wet. It's wet because there is no more roof.
right.
So what shall we do?
Did you receive any help from the government already? Any government assistance? Did you receive anything?
The other day, I received some rice. The other day, I went to the basketball court because the barangay captain announces na you go right now in the basketball court. Kay naamoy madalang bugas.
Okay, so you received
No.
rice? No?
I did not receive anything because according to them, they don't have my
Your
record,
name.
my name.
Okay, so they rely on their records, and if your name is not on the list, you will not
You
receive
will not receive anything. That's unfair.
It is
They
unfair.
ask for- yes, in some other places, the employees, government employees, goes to house. They will record your name. One will give you the rice
Okay. But
assistance.
now,
I
they're
did not receive.
well, I'll see you later, Nanay, okay? Thank you so much, Nanay, for sharing your story. Thank you. All right. So, folks, you've heard it firsthand from a survivor of Typhoon Odette. So now we're gonna scour the area to show you guys the aftermath of this super typhoon. I found this family having lunch at the moment, and they actually invited me to join them. So let's go and talk to them. Hello, maayong udto ninyong tanan dire, ate. So, ate, what's your name?
Mila Sebastian.
Mila Sebastian. So is this alalala? Bloopers. All right. What happened to your house? Nang sa inyong balay.
Naguba akong balay na ano sa baha.
Okay, so their house was devastated due to the typhoon. Did you save anything, ate? Nakasave ba mo? Nakasalbar pa mo sa inyong mga butang?
Ay wala.
So they didn't save anything. They just saved themselves. So folks, they are just here staying beside the road, actually on the ground. No proper shelter. Have you received any government assistance, ate? Nakadawat na ba mo? Kuan hinabang?
Sa gobyerno. Nakadawat.
They were nakadawat po.
Pulo ka kilong bugas.
They received 10 kilos of rice from the government last Sunday. And today is Sunday. And do you still have food na, ate? Napa may pagkaon ron?
Napa, kay namin mahatag-hatag pong taga-laing lugar.
Okay, so they can get by receiving bits and pieces from the people that come here, sending their help, and basically this is their living situation. How many people are in this makeshift shelter ate? Pila mo kabuok tanan gyud nga tulog diri tanan?
Kuan. 8.
8?
Oh.
8 people sleeping on the ground.
May moagi raman, ma'am. Itong 2 ka adlaw wala niya. Karon ni agi naman.
So you can
Ingay.
get water. Okay, there are
Pero
people can
kuaning among ilim nun naay mga hatag-hatag nga kuan nang naay mo hatag-hatag daga Dumaguete.
Okay, so they're getting help
mineral,
drinking water from Dumaguete City. What do you need the most karon ate?
Tubig, pagkaon niya. Ako nga kuan akong balay matukod para adto na mi sulod sa among balay kay diri no abog kay na mga bata bugnaw.
So yeah, they're hoping that they can start rebuilding their houses because living in this area, especially on the road, it's very dusty and there are kids here, you know, health hazard and stuff. But let's see, Ate, what we can do. And thank you so much for inviting us to eat with you guys. Even though they have so little, they're very thoughtful people. Oh. All right, folks. So currently, there's someone distributing rice, help for the people around this area, and they're now queuing up. So that's what's happening right now. So they're giving out rice and noodles.
Noodles and tinapa.
Tinapa, sardines.
Coffee.
Are you happy with that, ate?
Yes.
Na-happy na ka?
Oh.
Happy na kayo. Importante buhi. Laban. This is not the aid that we brought in. Someone came in to help this good citizen of Baez City. Daghan na ba ng hatag o ginabang diri ya? Daghan na ba ng hatag o ginabang diri? Wala pa? Mo pa ni first? Okay. Wow na ni. Alright, so imuha ning balay ya. Mo ning balay, okay. So, this is Kuya Jeffrey's house. How many are you in the family, Kuya? Pila mo? 4. You, your wife, and you got
2 kids.
2 kids. Okay, so this is the aftermath of Typhoon Odette. This is what happened to their house. Were you able to save anything, Kuya? Naka-save ba mo sa inyong mga butang?
Wala, ma'am. Akong giuna ra kanay akong asawa ug akong mga anak.
Okay, so they weren't able to save anything, just his wife and his kids. So, were you able to go to evacuation center?
Oo, nangadto mi dito nya. Kuan man, ulan pod. Nya di mi katulog di. Tuwa mi CR ni butang. Dito mi nantiddo naman.
All right, so they went to the evacuation center, but since it was overloaded na dito, fully capacity, they were staying at the bathroom of the evacuation center. That was really bad. So what's the most important commodity at the moment, Kuya? Unsay importante nga makuha sa mga tao diri? Unsay importante nga?
Pagkaon, karon pagkaon, yung tubig.
Okay, so they need food and water, and if someone can help, even maybe the government can send help with rebuilding their houses. They need cocoa lumber to rebuild their house, no? Okay, so how many years have you been living in this area,
8
Kuya?
years.
8 years. In 8 years, that was your first experience with the super typhoon.
First experience.
First experience, good. All right, so would you mind, Kuya, if we go around to check what's...
sige.
Okay, so, all right.
Mo na mama kay.
So, this is his house.
Kani hugno na Junias. Ako na lang mo gitoklangan.
Okay, so this was really down, then he's starting to, fix the house. All right, so this used to have a wall and a roof, but it's no longer there. This is their makeshift shelter with tarp and some rope. Okay. Kuya Jeffrey's improvising. So this is where they're currently sleeping. So,
Nagpabuto ma'am, wala na dyan. Nagalingkuray namin, wala na mo na pilang Pasko. Kay, sa man mo regalo na mo, inaan man.
yeah, it is heartbreaking, folks, because during the Christmas in the Philippines, is considered the longest Christmas in the world, but at the moment here, the people can't feel the Christmas season because of the disaster, no te?
Wala jud ma'am. Amo
Kanirang
kwarta
yun ang kuan.
naanod, oh.
So all their stuff
Unang pagpasko wala
is
jud.
gone.
Pagpasko wala ra jud mi uban nag-spaghetti wala ra man ma'am nangaon ra mi lipay ra kong naadi ra akong mga anak. Tabil-tabil mi nangayo po mi nakadawat mi ginabang nga 300 niya. Palit na mong trapal.
Okay, so a friend of hers gave them 300 pesos. That's why they were able to afford the tarp that they're using at the moment. Well, ate, I know that it's not really a happy new year, but I wish you all the best. Salamat sa inyong time pagpa-interview, and let's see what we can do to help. Thank you kaayo, te.
Ma'am, salamat.
Mo ni imong interview na ma'am. Nanay Mila ma'am.
Oo. Ala, oy. Grabe, wala dyan nahibilin. Oh my God. Total disaster, gyud. Although I could have distributed the aid in Bais, I could see that at least some help was getting through. And I wanted to find a community even farther out that might be in worse trouble. So I headed north to the isolated fishing village of Tangkulugan. What I would find there was a scene of tragedy and desperation, but also one of hope. Join me next time as I finally find the people I was looking for.